What's going on, everybody? I'm just gonna do a quick update because I changed a few things around. Um, but yeah, this tank looks like a mess right now. I haven't really touched the glass in a few weeks just because I believe all those white dots are snail eggs, so I'm gonna let them do their thing for a little while. Over here on the right side of the tank, my zoanthids are still doing good. The purple people eaters, the green and orange, and then the orange in the back, and then I also put the blue tubs in here just because there was no real significant growth in the 75. In here, at least I know all these are doing well. Down on the very bottom right corner of the screen, those are the green star polyps. Um, there seems to be a little bit of growth on it, so that's good. But yeah, that's that side. Here's the middle of the tank. As you can tell, there's a rose bubble tip anemone in here. That thing split into three, and it was on the move and got too close to my clam, so I massaged it and took it off and decided to put it in here. So I have a rose anemone in here now. Yes, I know you can see the pipe in the middle. One of the rocks fell that was in there, and I gotta get it and put it back up in there. But yeah, I have an anemone in my nano tank now. And over on this side, I've got the green bird's nest. My snails sliding down the screen. The green bird's nest is doing okay. I'm thinking about fragging some of the tips off and seeing if I can take those out and put them in the 75 and see if they do any better. But it just looks like crap right now. So, and in the very back, those I believe they're like a greenish pally. They're doing really good. I've seen a lot of growth on it, so I know it's doing all right. And back behind this rock right here, there's the radioactive zoos. Those things are doing really well. That anemone rock anemone thing that's on there, it at night it's got some crazy extension on it. It looks really cool. But yeah, that's the nano tank. Let's go ahead and go over to the 75. Everything's gonna be pretty hard to see. Like all the green, like neon green stuff will probably be pretty hard to see just due to the fact that my lights are at their maximum right now because it's noon. But if you look to the left, this is the purple headed hammer that I've got, and it's freaking doing awesome. I mean, it looks smaller than that when I first got it, so I know it's doing really well. To the right of that, that's my green frog spawn. A few of the heads have split, but they're still really small. So yeah. If you look up in the top left of the screen, that's the WP40, freaking kicking butt, hauling some water. Let's go ahead and move over. This is the brown fobby that I got a long time ago from the Atlanta trip. Seems to be doing good. It's got a lot more color to it, even though it doesn't really look like it to you. It's kind of like a purplish, pinkish, orangish color, I guess you would say. It's pretty cool looking. I'm just gonna let it do whatever it wants. Alright, the thing that's pretty much in the middle of your screen is my green kryptonite candy cane. Surprisingly, a lot of areas have started to fill back in and look a little better. The other side of it is still looking pretty roughed up, but this side has actually got really nice heads on it, and they're getting their bubble-ish appearance back to it. Like they look like they're happy, and I believe that's due to the fuel, Aquavitro fuel that I've been dosing in the system. It looks like it's helping out a lot. Alright, so right here on the left of this rock right here is the red Digi's base. I actually broke it when I was trying to clip the bottom of it off, like where the plug is, and broke it. So I ended up putting the base of it over here, and over to the right, I believe it's some brown green coral. I can't think of what it's called right now. That one's the one I got from Roger, so maybe he'll leave a comment down below about it. Alright, so here we have the Spongoda right here in the middle of the screen. At the bottom, it's kind of got two pieces angled down and up. It's been doing really good. I've got a little browning on the edge of it right now because the pump has pretty much been angled that direction, so I think it's kind of messing with it. But I'm going to see what happens. If it gets any worse, then I'm going to clip it off. The one in the very back left corner, that's the green slimer I got from Atlanta. Freaking going beast. It's branching off some new little heads on it, so that's freaking awesome. It's really cool to look. To the right in the front, that's one of the ones that I got from Roger. I believe that's got the purple tips on it. It's just really hard to see because everything's... I've got my Radeon set for growth instead of color, and it's kind of washed out looking right now, but it seems to be doing good at night. The polyps come out really nice. The one in the middle of the rock on this shot right here is the red planet. I've got it kind of angled differently. It's angled where it's basically going to arch and curve towards me, so I think that's going to look pretty freaking cool. The one in the back, I believe that was one that we couldn't figure out what it was at the one of the booths, but it's got really nice polyp extension, and it's basically a little mini colony, so I'm happy with it. It's kind of a greenish brown color though. The polyps are a brown. In the bottom left of the shot, that's another one I got from Roger. It's really hard to see even what kind it is. It looks dead, like this. It looks like it's a white skeleton, but at night the polyps come out, and the base of it, they're neon green. The polyps look like, and it's freaking crazy looking. In the middle of the screen, underneath the spinny thing in the middle, that is a coral that they didn't tell me what it was, so I'm gonna have to wait till I get everything grown real nice, and then I'm going to change the lights over to color enhancing, so hopefully I'll be able to see what color that really is. The one in the back was also a back middle behind that one I just talked about. That it's kind of a teal bluish color. It's hard to really describe what it looks like, but at night the polyps come out and they're like a purplish color. It's freaking cool looking. The one right here in the front of your screen that's got like a funky looking cactus or something, that's actually the electric blue stag, and it's really awesome looking. It kind of looks browned out right now, but the tip, the way it grows blue, and it's freaking really cool looking. The one that's kind of hard to see right now behind the electric blue stag is a blue digi. It's got some really weird polyp extension in the way it grows. It looks freaking crazy looking, but I've seen it starting to encrust the plug, so that's really good to see. Right here is my red acan that seems to be doing really well. There's been a couple days where it's kind of closed up a little bit and it looks pissed off for some reason, but right now it looks really good. Nice, nice and fatty. Next to that's my radioactive zoes that I've gotten here. I mean, the growth really doesn't change on those. It's really weird. I don't understand the zoes, but yeah, those two are doing really good. If you look to the left underneath the rock right here, that is actually another one of the rose bubble tip anemones that has moved from the other side, basically directly on the other side, over to here because it didn't like the flow that it was getting. And it's a lot smaller, obviously, because it's split into three. But yeah, it's doing really well. The thing over here to the right, never figured out what it was, but it's got polyp extension, so I'm just going to leave it and let it be. This is where my clam ended up. He seems to be doing alright right here. He's still really reactive to the light, so if anything swims over him, he'll kind of close up and then come back out. Still have a little bit of the brown spots on it, but I'm just kind of seeing what it does. The little plug that it's on is doing really well. But yeah, that's that. Here's the green Galaxia coral. At night, this thing's got some intense sweeper tentacles. That's why it's so secluded over down here. But it's doing alright. I haven't noticed any real difference in it. But over here in this shot, pretty much right about here, there's a purple or a red tip right there. That's the other bubble tip anemone that's down in that hole right now. He hasn't come out a lot, but that's where he likes to, or that's where he ended up hiding. So this is where my green monicap, the very big one back there, is, and it's starting to encrust underneath it and grow kind of downward underneath it. It looks really weird. And the one in front of it, that was one I got the coral but never knew what the name was of it. And well, it looks like the fish want to show off right now. But yeah, it's kind of a white color with blue polyps on it, so it looks really cool. Alright, the one pretty much right in the middle of the screen, down at the bottom of that rock, is the red digi, and that's the one that I broke off that other piece over there. It's doing really well, like just due to the fact that it's epoxied to the rock now. Still gotta watch that, see if it starts encrusting and whatnot, but it looks alright for what it is. Above that to the left is my birds of paradise, and that thing is just freaking the coolest ever. It's like a neon body and like a bluish purple polyp. It's so freaking sweet. To the right, the one that's kind of angled outwards, that's closest to us, is the purple Validia. At night, the polyps come out more. Right now, it's really hard to tell if the polyps are even out. But it's doing really well also. One behind it is that blue stag, I believe I said earlier. The one that was growing really well. But yeah, that's the side of the tank. I love the way these are placed. They're going to grow outwards, and it's going to look freaking awesome. Here is my green torch on the bottom left of the screen. It's opened up really nice right now. It's had a few days where it's just been closed up and not looking too happy. It's just kind of blowing around in the current. And to the right is the I think it's a purple stylophora. The tips of it have really nice polyp extension, but the base is kind of a washed out white color. So I've been really keeping my eye on that, hoping that it'll bounce back with its color. Maybe that's just what it looks like when it's under the growth cycle of the radions. And here we've just got the green star polyps, not really doing much. I don't think they like the lights. If you can see right there, that top purplish part, that's where they used to be, and now they've just kind of went all underneath it and are basically hiding. So yeah. Alright guys, that's my update on my 75-gallon reef tank. Hope you guys are digging where everything's placed, and hope you enjoyed watching this video. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future, anything like that. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll check you guys later. See ya.